Hey, Maria, back with another video. It's 6:38 p.m. Sunday evening. It is April 19th. I finally figured out what the date was. It's been quite a crazy day today. But, I think today is the day where I want to make it very clear because I think that there's people who've been involved with my targeting. I'm specifically referring to my blood relations as well as Joel's family. And I understand, life is hard. It's hard out there, but sometimes you have to make decisions for yourself. And my decision, obviously, I've made decisions. I got a divorce, and I do not want to have any sort of connection with Joel's family or my family, for that matter. And it is a very important decision, and it's one that I understand has consequences. The reason why it has consequences is because I'm sorry to say, but this situation should have never happened in the first place. It was a situation that was created based on bullying, and also people taking, making decisions for me that I wouldn't have never made those decisions. Which I stated several times before. So I am not married. I'm not married. And I would appreciate it if both sides recognize that fact. I'm disturbed by it. I feel shaken and disturbed by it. To try to force somebody in a situation that they absolutely are repulsed by. I am repulsed by the actions of these people. And maybe they are sorry. And if they are sorry, well then, the best thing you can do is just exit my life. I mean, I don't want to, when people go no contact, they do it because they need, it's just an unworkable situation. And I honestly, if I was to ever see any of these people again, it would cause me extreme emotional disturbance. Mainly because of the forceful nature of the whole thing, getting them opt out of my job thing was the one thing. And then, the little conspiracy to throw my job up in the air, and then, setting up the job interview, the whole thing. And, it's something that I don't take lightly. It is I can't make any sense of it other than somebody bullying somebody to the point of where, it's just absolutely, it was unnecessary. And so, without going into that anymore, it's just I want to be understood, and I want to feel like I'm understood. And, I felt as though getting the divorce was making it clear, but it's very important that, that it's understood, because I literally suffer nightmares because of this issue, and the harebrained ideas that you can force somebody to be married. Perhaps maybe my ex-family blood relations benefit in some way from being associated with this family. And people can still benefit from certain things. If you guys want to remain friends, then that's your choice. You guys want to remain friends with these people. But I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I think about my animosity towards my blood relations in this issue. And then, of course, which goes back years, and then also thinking about the issue relating to Joel's family. And it just, it's too much. It's too much for a person to deal with. So no, I also believe that my family wanted me to be around Polly or whatever. I couldn't do that. I can't do that. I cannot. I don't like these people. I don't like them. And I feel as though it was an abusive thing for my family to come up with something like this. Knowing that I don't believe in that sort of lifestyle, knowing I don't believe in practicing religion that way, everything, if Joel had an issue, which like I said, I'm not married to him anymore, but if he had an issue with the disagreement with religion, should have been him to come out and say it. Now, he talked about how he was raised in church when he was younger, but he never said, you need to convert. He never did that. Now, he probably worked behind the scenes to try to put pressure on me, but that's not something you should do. He married me knowing that I didn't necessarily agree with organized religion and so on and so forth. And so, but he never, that's something that should have been communicated directly between he and I. Just same thing with all these other standards that got thrown in there without me having any consent or even knowledge of. So, you know, like I said, you know, I'm an older woman, and I want to live out the rest of my life without these people, because these people have caused me nothing but pain, nothing but pain. And you know, and I get the feeling that they're very tyrant. They're like tyrants in behavior. Like, you know, especially like my ex sister Lisa. She thinks, well, you know, you act like you're uptight. You like Marie acts like she doesn't want to have any fun. Yeah, I know how to have fun, but I don't have fun at other people's expense, which I feel as though this whole thing has been at my expense. You know, I moved here to this town to set up a life for myself. Okay, before I ever met Joel or anything like that. And that was to find a decent job and settle down with my son here, raise him, and then get on with my life, whatever that was supposed to be at that time. I never had any idea that I had people coming in behind the scenes working things or whatever. I now understand that now. But I never it's like you guys just jumped on board of things that belong to me, my life, and then started trying to force your way in. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that at all. You know, the issues that were created, the tension, the mobbing, the bullying, everything was created by these people. Okay, so I have to go out into a world and face all of this chaos, which I have to do. You know what I mean? Whatever happens to me, happens to me. But I don't want to work jobs where I'm basically being a victim of human trafficking. I'm working in a demoralized manner. I have to work jobs that I don't particularly like. I mean, sometimes you have to get a job that you don't like, okay? But I don't like the, you know, let's see what she's eating, you know, what she's wearing. Nobody wants to live like that. People have the right to feel comfortable in their work environments and their surrounding, you know, and, you know, and the very fact that you were doing this for the particular reason, to keep me married against my will, is something that literally makes me ill. Like, I seriously, that's something that disturbs me like you don't even know. Like, who are these people? Like, I don't know you people. Okay? My own blood relations, I don't know you. Which is why I was saying in my last video about how you can live with someone and you think you know this people, but you don't. Like, I never would believe in a million years that somebody would, anyone in my family, would do something like this. I can't tell you how shaken I am by that, you know? I don't want Joel. I don't want to be associated with his family. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen to me. Like, you know, I think all I really want to do is work my job, pay my bills, don't want to be a burden to my son, and then eventually, you know, pass on like everybody else is supposed to. But one thing is for sure, I don't want to be in the company of people who don't see things my way or don't enjoy, who I cannot love. I cannot love these people. I can't. Okay. And so I just, you know, I'm just angry at it. Like, you know, you keep saying you don't want something, and these people continue to do what they're doing, and it does feel like rape. It feels exactly like rape. You know, I feel as though these people have an incorrect behavior towards me, and I'm my own person. Like, I have my own life to live, and you know, I felt threatened by it. You know, I don't want to see these people. I don't want anything to do with these people. You know, I never wanted the families to merge. You know, I just don't want that, and but that's their choice. They want to be friends. They want to be friends. They can be friends, but I'm not. I don't want to associate with my ex family. Like, I made it very clear. I disown them. Okay, I don't want to have anything to do with Joel. Okay, I do understand he has a weird relationship with his mom or whatever. I don't want to be associated with anything like that. That's their choice. They have the right to do that. They can do whatever they want, but I don't want it. You know, I don't want to work any more jobs that, you know, because especially working jobs that are related to these particular family, because guess what? then they want to dictate how I'm going to work this job, even though I don't like it. Like the last job that I worked, I don't like that job. Okay, I didn't like anything about it, and then they wanted me to sit here and do all these things that, fit in line with what they want in a person, or how they want to work, or whatever. And it's like, at this point, this is a big indicator that you're dealing with human trafficking. I don't want to do that. Okay, I want to go to a job, I want to do my job, and I want to come home. That's it. I don't want to worry about, if I'm hungry, if I bring out an apple, if I start eating, is it going to cause a circus show or anything like that? Nobody should have to be that way. They shouldn't have to. Or you wear a pair of pants, or the next day you wear a dress, and then the next thing some people are talking about. I don't want that. And I certainly don't want it because of those reasons. I mean, I don't want to be, I'm not his wife. I don't want to have to conduct myself as if I'm his wife. I'm not his wife. Okay? If he had an issue with, what I did or how I looked at work or whatever, he never mentioned it to me. Never. And that's who should have mentioned it if that was the case. If he had an issue with it, he should have mentioned that to me. It's not for his mom or his aunt or my sister or my brother or anyone else in my family to tell me how I'm supposed to live. I was under the impression that he had no problem with it. He met me like that. That's how I was always living my life, and that's the way it was. You know what I mean? He met me that way. I've always been this way. And so he's never seemed like he had a problem with it. So whatever the case is, it's something I want to put behind me. And it's very important that I do. Very important. There are some people who do not mix. We don't mix. And you might, maybe Joel's family thinks I'm a nice person now. Maybe they think maybe you do. Okay? And if you do, well, that's nice, but let it go. Okay? I cannot feel anything for you people, except for threatened by you, disturbed by you. I don't want a relationship with you. Okay, and I'm not trying to put you down or create an argument or anything or create tension. It's just that, this has gone on too long. For too long, and obviously you shouldn't have done what you did. I don't know, maybe there was a time, maybe Polly didn't know that I was formally divorced, because those divorce papers were given to Joel. He was served papers at work. Maybe he didn't tell her that I was divorced, but I will tell you, I'm divorced. Been divorced since September of 2018. And actually, I thought it was October, but no, it was September. I've been divorced for quite a while. Okay, I don't want to be married. Okay, I don't, especially to Joel. Okay, I don't. And if you want to resume your relationship with Joel, like maybe move in with him or he move in with you, that's your choice. You do what you want. I mean, you guys do whatever you want. Leave me alone. Okay? Leave me alone. I've gone through entirely too much stress, agitation, depression. And right now I really think that it has taxed me mentally on so many different levels, because I'm not comfortable with it. It is stalking. Okay, it's inappropriate behavior that shouldn't have taken place. I'm not his wife. I'm not anyone's wife. Okay, I'm not ashamed to say that. I don't feel like this pressure, this societal pressure that I should get married. No, because I understand it's not for everybody. It just isn't. I don't feel like I'm left out. I don't feel anything like that. What I feel like I need to do is I need to get on with my life. I need to be able to be self-sufficient, stand on my own 2 feet, and, so that one day, if my son decides to have a life of his own, which he should be able to do, that he can go on and do what he needs to do. And I don't have to make a shitload of money. I just need to make enough to keep a roof over my head. You know what I mean? Pay my little bills and have something to eat and that kind of stuff. I don't need a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? If I can't work in management, I understand that. And this is something that should have been communicated to me, other than if I would have known what was going on specifically, I wouldn't have wasted my time looking for those kind of jobs. But I do remember looking for like retail jobs and other jobs that I could have done. You know what I mean? I do remember doing that. And so when you put this systems of control in place, it creates problems, because I can't I don't know how to plan my life because, everyone else has their hands in it, and they really shouldn't. They shouldn't have their hands in it. You know what I mean? Um, so I wanted to make it very clear. I think that my family, obviously, they hate me. Because obviously you would only do something like that, try to force someone to stay married to someone that they don't want, that they're terrified of, if you are a very sadistic person. You are a very sick-twisted person. Or maybe you thought, maybe she's just saying that because whatever, this and that, Memphis. No, I'm saying this because I would never, if I had a daughter and her husband did this to her, I would make sure that she would never have to see him again. Because I understand what that is. It's abusive. It's abuse. It's abusive. So anyway, I think I made myself clear. Hopefully I have. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know. Every day I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I'm trying to play it every day by ear. I just kind of get up and do certain things. Sometimes I don't have a lot of energy to do whatever. But I don't know. I have no idea. But one thing is for sure is like, I don't care what kind of golden life they may be able to provide. You know what I mean? But if I'm not happy, then that makes all the difference in the world. Like, I used to like working at the news station, okay? But there were times where it got really weird at the news station. Now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, I didn't know these people were involved in it. But now looking back, it's like, I know where all the snide comments and stuff like that. Nobody else should have to work in that manner. Or demoralized manner where they feel like they have to be scrutinized or they have to be treated differently than everyone else. That's wrong. Maybe you believe and you adhere to certain religious practices, and that's your choice. You have a right to. But you should never try to force someone to do something because you believe something or whatever. Like I said, I'm divorced. He accepted me how I am. At least he did in front of my face. Now, if he wasn't man enough to tell me he had an issue with it, well, I don't know what to tell you. He should have. He should have spoke up and said, this is what we should be doing, blah, 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 blah. And that's something we should have discussed right before we were married. And if he basically would have told me that this is how it has to be as being married to this family, I would have said, no way. No way. I would not agree with that. So I'm divorced, and I don't want to be associated with any of you guys. My own blood family, as well as Joel's family. I don't want to. Now, if you want to go out and try to fix your shit, like, make your public apologies and whatever, to try to help me along, because that's really what should be done in the first place, so I don't have to sit here and be haggled and finagled 24 hours a day over shit that I don't deserve. I think that would be helpful. But as far as, you arranging jobs and then having people report back and all this other stuff and then spying and all this other stuff, I don't want it, especially under those circumstances. I'm not his wife. I don't want to be his wife. Okay? I don't want to be his wife. This is what I want for my life. What I want for my life is I want to forget the people who abused me. And that's what's important to me. More than anything right now. That I heal from all this years of trauma, abuse, and, the workplace mobbings, the community harassment, the, surveillance, the whatever it is, the illegal operation that was put on me, that really shouldn't have been taking place. Which you might have tried to do this to keep me wanting to be with him, but you ended up making me literally sick of every single last person that got involved in this. I feel as though I'm being treated as a commodity. I'm a human being. Like my family sold me into this program, and it was wrong. What you did was wrong and shameful. Shameful thing that you did. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video, and for all TIs, stay safe.